Okay, so everybody sleeps on the iPad mini. It's the one iPad that never shows up in which iPad should you buy videos, because it's too small to be a laptop replacement and too big to be a phone. And I think that's exactly why nobody actually talks about what this iPad is good at. But here's the thing. Over the last year, this tiny 8.3-inch slab has quietly become one of my most used pieces of tech in my entire creator workflow. Not my MacBook, not my camera, this. So today I'm not reviewing the iPad mini 7, you've probably seen hundreds of reviews by now. Instead, I want to show you the way I actually use this thing every single day as a full-time creator. The stuff that made me stop thinking of it as a media tablet and start thinking of it as a genuine productivity machine. And by the end of this, I think a few of you are going to look at the iPad mini sitting in your drawer completely differently. Let's get into it. So the first thing you have to understand is why the size matters, because the size is the entire point. The mini is the only iPad that genuinely disappears into your day. It lives in my camera bag, it sits on my desk next to my keyboard, it comes with me to a coffee shop. And because it weighs basically nothing, I never think twice about grabbing it. That always with me quality is what turns it from a toy into a tool. I like to say a device you can actually carry with you is worth 10 devices you leave at home. For me, it's become the command center for the entire channel. This is where I plan my content calendar, where I draft video outlines, where I answer sponsored emails between takes, and where I keep my running list of every product I've ever gotten in for review. I'll have my shot list open on the mini propped up beside me while I'm filming, so I'm never fumbling with my phone or walking back to the desk. It's small enough to sit inside the set without getting in the frame, and that completely changes how you work. A quick hook before we go deeper. The single most important accessory I put on this thing isn't a case or a stand. We'll get to it, but it's the reason the next section even works. Because the real unlock with the mini is the Apple Pencil. This is where the mini goes from a screen you tap to a notebook you think on. I keep this pencil attached to the side of the mini basically 24/7, and the reason is idea capture. Now, as a creator, ideas do not arrive on schedule. A thumbnail concept, a hook for a video, a script line, they show up while I'm making coffee or halfway through editing something completely unrelated. And the friction between having the idea and getting it down is where most ideas die. So I use apps like Apple Notes, GoodNotes, and Notability, and the workflow is stupidly simple. Pick up the mini, tap the screen with the pencil, and I'm writing before the device has even fully woken up. No laggy app launches, no keyboard, no typing, just thought to page. I'll sketch a rough video structure as boxes and arrows to jot down punchy titles I don't want to forget. Or I'll scribble down a shot I want to grab for tomorrow. It's messy, it's fast, and it's exactly how my brain actually works. And the thing is, handwriting on a tablet does something typing doesn't. When I write a script idea out by hand, I remember it. There's this well-documented thing where writing by hand engages your memory differently than tapping keys. And as someone who has to actually deliver these words to the camera later, that retention actually matters. But, and this is a real but, writing on bare glass is really slippery and just feels wrong. The pencil slides around like it's on ice. Your hand tenses up after 20 minutes of note-taking and your fingers are cramping. Which brings me to the one accessory I mentioned earlier, the thing I genuinely can't use this iPad without, and that's Paperlike. If you follow the channel for a while, you already know that I don't shut up about these. I've been running a Paperlike screen protector on my iPad now for years, and this is Paperlike 3. And I want to be clear about the why, because this is the single best accessory that makes everything I showed you actually work. Paperlike 3 is a screen protector that gives your iPad the feel of premium paper when you write or draw on it. Now I know that sounds simple, but here's what's actually happening. It uses their nanodot surface, a proprietary microtexture that's been perfected over the years of testing to deliver the exact friction your hand naturally expects. So instead of your pencil slipping around, it actually grips. You get consistent tactile resistance. Your strokes land exactly when you intend them to. Your handwriting gets noticeably neater, and you can write for more than an hour without your hands seizing up. On bare glass, I grip the pencil even harder just to stay in control. With this, my hand actually relaxes. That's the whole difference. It makes digital note-taking and sketching feel as natural as pen on paper. And it does all of that without compromising your screen clarity. A lot of other paper feel protectors use harsh, gritty texture that grinds your Apple Pencil tip down fast. Nanodots is fine-tuned to strike that perfect balance between friction and smoothness, so it's genuinely gentle on your tip. It also does the basic job of a screen protector, shielding the display from scuffs and scratches. The other thing they nailed with Paperlike is the installation, which if you've ever applied a big screen protector, you probably already know is usually a nightmare. This uses their new butterfly application technology, it is patent pending, and it's built to kill the three things that wrecks a normal install: dust cause bubbles, misalignment, and confusing instructions. I got a clean bubble-free install on the first try. That never happens. So if you write, sketch, or take notes on your iPad, this is the upgrade. It's the trusted original, engineered in Germany and made in Switzerland. I'll drop a link in the description and go grab one for whatever iPad you have. Okay, back to it. Here's a cause that nobody expects from an iPad, and it saved me more times than I can count. The iPad mini is the best document scanner that I own. Running a business means paperwork, sponsor agreements, invoices, receipts, the stuff you have to keep clean records of. And because the mini is small and light enough to hold in one hand like a giant phone, I can hover it over a document and the camera plus the Files app just snaps it into a perfectly cropped PDF. It automatically finds the edges, straightens the perspective, and cleans up the lighting. Now you might be asking, why not just use my phone? Because the bigger screen means I can actually see what I'm capturing. I can check that every line of the contract is sharp and readable before I file it. I can sign it right there with the Apple Pencil and send it off, all without ever opening up my laptop. For signatures especially, having that larger canvas under the pencil makes it feel like signing an actual piece of paper. It's a tiny thing that removes a genuinely annoying part of running a creator business. Now let's talk about calls, because this is where the Mini quietly outperforms any device twice its price. The front camera on the Mini has center stage, and if you've never used it, it's a wide front-facing camera that automatically pans and zooms to keep you center of the frame as you move. So I'll prop the Mini up on my desk for a sponsor call or a FaceTime, and instead of being locked into one rigid position, staring dead center, I can lean back, grab a product, hold it up, gesture, move around, and the cameras just smoothly follow me. It keeps me framed the entire time. And the reason that matters to me specifically is that a lot of my calls are basically mini pitch meetings. I'm either showing off a piece of tech, holding it up to the lens, walking a brand through an idea, and using center stage means that I can do all of that naturally. It feels like I'm actually in the room with someone instead of being a talking head frozen in place. It makes the Mini a genuinely great little video call and check-in device. And because it's so light, I can reposition it anywhere in a second. But this is the one that made the Mini indispensable on shoot days. When I'm filming talking heads like this, I use the iPad Mini as a monitor for my main camera. My camera outputs a clean feed, and with a capture setup that the feed shows up live on the Mini, which I've got mounted right next to me. So while I'm on the other side of the lens talking to you, I can glance over and see exactly what my camera sees. My framing, my focus, whether I've drifted out of the shot, whether the lighting is doing something weird, all of this in real time. If you shoot solo, you know this problem intimately. You film an entire perfect take, you feel great about it, and then you check the footage and you were soft on the focus the whole time. Or your head was cut off at the top of the frame. A monitor like this kills that. And the Mini is honestly the ideal size for it. It's big enough to actually judge focus and composition, but small enough to sit in my setup without becoming a whole rig. It has completely changed my hit rate on getting a usable footage the first time, which when you're filming alone is worth its weight in gold. And the last one closes the loop, because it's where the video actually begins. And really quickly, because some of you guys are new here, if you find this video useful and you're the kind of person that wants to squeeze out every drop of value out of the gear that they own, you already know what to do. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video. It genuinely does help the channel out a ton. And I really appreciate you guys for it, so thank you so much. Alright, back to the Mini, because the next two are my favorites. Before I ever film, I sketch the thumbnail, and people underestimate how much of a video's success rides on that one image. A bad thumbnail means a great video that nobody clicks on. So I'll sit down with the Mini and the pencil and just rough out a concept of where my face goes, where the product's going, what the product is doing, where does the big bold text land, what's the one idea in the frame that I'm trying to sell in half a second. It's fast, it's disposable, and slow pressure sketching. Exactly what the Mini plus a good paper-like screen protector is built for. And this is the full circle moment. The idea capture, the note-taking, the sketching, all running on the same paper feel writing experience, which is why the Paperlike is on there permanently. The Mini isn't just where I watch content, it's where content gets designed in the first place. So yeah, that's it. 6 ways the smallest, most underrated iPad has become one of the most important tools that I own. My command center, my note-taking notebook, my document scanner, my video call machine, my camera monitor, and thumbnail sketchpad. Not one review spec talking point in there. Just real work every day out of a device most people think is just for watching YouTube on the couch. And the whole point of this video was to open that door just a little bit, because I think the Mini is capable of way more than it gets credit for. If any of these gave you an idea for how you would use your iPad Mini, tell me down in the comments. I do read them, and I'm always looking for new workflows to steal. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, drop a dolphin emoji down in the comments below. I would love to know who my true supporters are. As always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to flex with your iPad Mini. This iPad is genuinely my favorite.